Heyo, Zahn is on and here to watch Fallout 4, but the Roaches double every day by Reggie. So, to continue the trend of watching Fallout 4 videos by Reggie, we're going to look at his third and latest entry to his Fallout 4 collection of videos. So, yes, this happened to be uploaded around the same day that I uploaded my reaction to his Aneurysm 4 video. So, a funny coincidence that is. But, judging by the title, I fear for this. I'm not exactly creeped out by roaches or anything, but when you have a whole swarm of roaches, that kind of hits different. I'm just kind of curious to see what direction he decides to take with this. What is he going to do? What does he hope to achieve with this playthrough? Either way, I think I have said enough. I'm just ready to get this over with. So, without further ado, let's get to it.
Hypothetical situation. You're sitting at home.
Jesus,
World
brother, I just put it into full screen.
Hypothetical situation. You're sitting at home and the entire world plunges into nuclear winter. Life gets a bit worse.
Just a bit. Just a bit worse.
Every morning you develop a new and exciting form of cancer. And every night, somewhere in the world, an orphan is dissolved by acid rain. But that's not even the bad part. The bad part is the cockroaches. We don't really know why, but they're doubling every single day.
Oh god, that's horrific.
Start with one roach, 2 weeks later, you've got 16,000. Give it another week, and it's 2 million. And no, they're not very friendly. To survive this insectoid nightmare, you'll need to build your defenses, hone your skills, and utilize a vast arsenal of weapons, or you'll die painfully. The choice is yours, and that wasn't a hypothetical. It's real. So, let's get started.
Oh god.
First, I have to tell you something. I am a proponent of diversity. I don't think we have enough of it. In fact, I want to maximize the differences between human races until we achieve a—
Wait a minute. Was that not the ESO character creator? I play ESO. I am familiar with this. I'm certainly not familiar with the abomination that's being created right there.
I am a proponent of diversity. I don't think we have enough of it. In fact, I want to maximize the differences between human races until we achieve a fantasy world with goblins, dwarves, and the Turkish. Which is why 7 years ago, I petitioned NASA to slow the Earth's rotation and tidally lock us to the sun.
Wait, NASA has the authority to do that?
Such that America would constantly bask in the sun's radiance, while China would exist in perpetual darkness and slowly evolve into a mole society. I thought that would be pretty interesting. I also had a plan to turn the Philippines into gnomes.
Why? Does that mean I'm gonna turn into a gnome? Yeah! Or is it because I'm in America that I'm free from this?
We already are! Fucking average height here is literally 4'10" for a girl and 5 or 5'1" for a guy.
But unfortunately, the frauds at NASA were afraid of my visionary ideas, and they promptly rejected my proposal, which sent me into a deep depression. The only thing that was able to cheer me up was the sponsor of today's video, Zenless Zone Zero.
Hey, Zenless! That's my game right there.
Don't let the acronym fool you. ZZZ is a very exciting free-to-play 3D urban fantasy action role-playing game. That's VE.
Ooh, who is that?
F2P3DUFA RPG for short. The game features a futuristic setting in the post-apocalypse where you can utilize a wide variety of characters to explore the world, battle countless enemies, and find new gear. But I
feel like at this point I'm kind of just letting the visuals run on. I'm trying not to think about it too much in case there are any spoilers.
Zone Zero just entered version 2.0, which introduces a brand new area, Waifei Peninsula, that you can explore using one of the new agents, Yijuan, Pan Yinhu, or Ju Fufu.
She looks so cute.
My favorite is Yixuan, because she's not a wild animal or a child. Additionally, Zenless Zone—
Like, that's fair. She's just cute, though. I feel like I already sunk some polls into Yixuan, but I wait a minute. A stunner? Oh, I already got trigger. Damn, I was not expecting to go into a zenless discussion. I need to get this thing along. But yeah, no. After seeing that she's a stunner, I don't know if I'm going to pull for her. But I kind of want to, though.
Additionally, Zenless Zone Zero is celebrating its anniversary this month by offering special events for players to earn rewards, such as a free S-Rank agent, an S-Rank
I already chose my
engine,
stuff.
30 limited channel pulls, and much more. Personally, I like to keep it simple. I select each one, load into a nondescript locale, and horribly beat its denizens until I forget about the stresses of my modern life. It feels
Sounds
good,
about right.
and I want that for you too. So give Zenless Zone Zero a try for free. It's available now on PC, mobile, PlayStation, and it just launched on Xbox. So click the link in the description and use code ZZZ20Reggie to get started with 60 polychrome and 6,666 Denny. How exciting. Now, back to the video.
Alright, before we get back, I just want to say yes, I certainly recommend it. That's just my biased ass talking.
The rules of this challenge are very simple. On day 1 at exactly 12 p.m., 2 roaches will spawn and try to kill me. I will defeat them because I am marginally...
Oh, so that's what's happening? So it's not like the roaches in areas are just going to multiply. They spawn in front of you. Oh, okay. I understand the premise now. And they multiply every day that they spawn.
Multiply!
I'll keep that in mind. I guess that just further adds to the question, what's the goal here? Like, yes, to make a defense against these disgusting creatures, but like beyond that, what else do you hope to achieve?
More intelligent. Every day after that, their numbers will double until presumably the entire map is covered in 10 million rad roaches, at which point God himself won't be able to save us. Also, just for fun, we're playing on 400% game speed, so the days are very short.
Oh
now, the
no.
only way to stop the insect apocalypse is to destroy their leader, the King of Roaches, Reggie Blataria. Calling yourself the King of Roaches is basically
yeah, Asmon.
A self-diagnosis for schizophrenia, but it's not slowing him
Sounds
down
about right.
because Mr. Blataria is a very powerful enemy that commands an army of insects, and he won't even spawn onto the map until we reach level 35. So our goal is to power level to 35 before...
Oh, I see. Okay, so you have created your own scenario. Honestly, that's certainly much more interesting than trying to progress the main story.
Before the roaches overwhelm us.
Oh my goodness! You can count the frames!
Then confront their king and put a stop to this once and for all. I did consider attempting this challenge on survival mode, but I get enough cock and ball torture at home, so I don't need to outsource that to Todd Howard. We'll be playing on very hard. Our journey begins in the bathroom mirror. Here, we meet humanity's last hope for survival. His name, Gut Fuckman, and he will become the greatest exterminator to ever live. Now, in order to kill a roach, we need to think
Ugh, he just fisted that roach barehanded. Damn.
Like a roach. So I set my intelligence to 1 and max out my luck. This is going to allow us to access the Idiot Savant perk for power leveling. Everything else doesn't really matter. So just spend your remaining time giving your character acromegaly and call it a night. Once that's done, we skip the opening tutorial and quickly fight our way
I mean, it's certainly much less of an abomination.
Through the vault. Now outside in the world at 1 p.m., the clock is ticking. At this point, you've probably got a few questions for me. How will we power level to 35? Where is the Roach King? And most importantly, why is there a dead Pakistani on my couch? I'll answer most of these in time. Just follow along. For power leveling, we've got a plan. And the first step is to obtain Preston Garvey. Unfortunately, a couple other people had...
What, are we gonna farm the Radiant quests?
...the same idea. So I had to use my superior diplomatic skills to convince them to change their mind.
Very simple.
Carnegie would be proud. After that, I joined up with
how to win friends and influence people.
Would be proud. After that, we joined up with Preston, jumped in a suit of power armor, died painfully to the local wildlife, and then made our way back to Sanctuary by 11 p.m. Now that we've got access to Settlement Building, I can reveal my master plan. Ladies and gentlemen, shelving. Allow me to explain. Building settlement furniture rewards experience, and the cheapest thing to build is wood.
Okay. Alright. Let him cook, let him cook.
Wooden and metal shelving. We are going to deconstruct every item in this entire town and turn it into thousands of shelves. If we do this right, we can probably hit level 15 by tomorrow morning. So, let it begin. I start demolishing everything. Street lights, fence posts, entire houses, even that chair you're sitting on. I'm afraid that's actually a shelf in progress. Gonna have to take that.
Damn, you not only took the chair, but you took the cup too.
Preston's face contorts in horror as I tear the plumbing out of his walls just to build more shelves, but he's powerless to stop me. I work all night and into the morning until the first spawn of roaches hit. 2 of them attack me, but I'm so hopped up on construction fumes and asbestos that they never stood a chance.
Lovely asbestos.
Not only do I receive the satisfaction of knowing Mama Murphy will die of hypothermia, but I also receive 1,100 steel ingots and 2,600 planks of wood. So now we can begin the method. Enter build mode and find a...
I love that freaking image of Vegeta.
Enter build mode and find a wall you really like. This part is important.
My beloved.
I'll be staring at it for the next 2 hours. Now start building shelves. Each one gives us 2 XP, and since I am a mentally challenged man, we have a high chance of triggering Idiot Savant to triple our XP.
The fact that he is like building them into each other is what's driving me crazy. I would just expect the entire wall to be layered with shelves. But I suppose that is a form of layering.
Gains. Once you're all out of materials, deconstruct the shelves for a 50% refund and start all over.
Oh my
done,
god.
The sound of your own neurodivergent laughter should be burned into your brain like a cattle prod. And you should also be level 16, which is nearly halfway to our goal of 35. Not
That's
bad.
fast.
I pick up a few perks to increase our damage reduction and help us gather more ammunition. But with no more wood or metal, it's time for us to move on to phase 2, research and development. In a matter of weeks, we'll be wading through a sea of roaches, and if we want to come out on the other side not looking like hammered dog shit, we're going to need to build a roach-killing exoskeleton. In terms of physical protection, our current power armor exists somewhere between Iron Man cosplay and trench coat full of semen.
Why? How do you contain that much?
Which is to say, I really don't want to wear it, and it's time to make some changes. First stop is the robotics disposal ground. I head there, making sure to kill as many innocent people as I can in the process. Their 7 experience points are an invaluable contribution to humanity's survival. And
you know what, I feel that. Every piece, every point of experience counts towards my progress.
And the world will not soon forget them. Arriving at the destination, we scavenge a few fusion cores, convince a robot to kill himself, and then come across some T-51 power armor. This is a nice upgrade. After that, I raid the nearby satellite base for supplies. This is where we meet a man named Ak-Ak, who cripples my brain with a minigun. Very cool, Ak-Ak. Thank you. By the time we're done socializing with the locals...
Yeah, you hurt my brain, so I blow up yours. Fair trade, I'd say.
We get hit with the next wave of roaches. Only 4 this time, so nothing too serious.
Okay, yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
T-51 pieces onto the power armor. Now we just need some legs, an arm, and a torso to complete the set. Fortunately, along the west edge of the map, there's half a dozen armor spawns. So I set a waypoint.
If there's one thing that Fallout 4 is pretty abundant of, it's power armor. I just remember distinctly that I would go to every single like spawn location and I would try to make sure that like I always get the XO1 armor.
In that direction and get to work. Arriving at a Bible camp, I kill all the counselors to stop them from molesting me. The camp leader even
You know what? I'm just gonna let that one go. I don't want to go back. I feel like my eyes are already hurting enough as is.
Drop this legendary wrist guard that turns me invisible after being hit. Very nice.
Okay.
And also, I found
that would be helpful since roaches can only melee.
Professor Goodfeels. In the grimdark future of Fallout 4, even the robots are addicted to fentanyl. Proceeding further south, I reached the
when addiction transcends the flesh.
Ration stockpile, where I am warmly received by several Molotov cocktails and an attack dog. After returning the favor, I loot a T-51 leg and a combat shotgun, which I made sure to test out on the next wave of roaches. Tomorrow's spawn will be 16.
But like, what was it, like 4 times speed increase in the day progression? progression is crazy.
Then 32. So we're running out of time to finish this armor. Moving on, we come across a barn with a T-51 left leg. Now we just need the arm, and I think I know where to find it. The only thing standing in our way is my least favorite enemy in the Fallout franchise, flying bug.
Ugh. Even if they're not in this game, even the slightest reference of the Cazador just sends me into fight or flight.
I am a simple man. I see a stingwing or a Cazador and I experience suicidal ideation.
Maybe the Cazador specifically, maybe.
No exceptions. My first attempt at killing the stingwing involved me shooting at it, doing no damage, getting poisoned, and then being unable to heal myself because my legendary armor turned our Pip-Boy invisible. Shortly after, I died in the streets, only to realize my most recent save was an hour ago. This was a compelling gameplay experience. After an hour of killing, I worked my way back to the stingwing. This time, we used a hunting rifle to get it to 20% health, before miraculously missing a headshot at point blank.
Yo, Vats, did you dirty?
Range and it dying on the spot. Now listen, I've been outsmarted by bugs before, but this is getting a little ridiculous.
Yo, that's not even outsmarting. It's like fate decided that you just had to die that time.
So for the third attempt, I brought out the minigun, and things went a little differently. Each one of those bullets could have been a dead rad roach, and for that, I will never forgive the stingwing population.
You know what? I was gonna say, why didn't you lead with that? But you know what? You raise a very valid point.
Anyway, with that taken care of, I made my way to this military convoy, found the last piece of armor, and fast traveled back to the base to complete our set. It looks positively beautiful, but it's missing one thing, something emblematic of the human race that makes us fundamentally better than the bugs.
Like American paint?
That thing is capitalism. By harnessing the power of branded sponsorships.
You know what? If it wasn't gonna be some kind of like patriotic paint, of course it was gonna be capitalism.
Our extermination exoskeleton now has increased damage and energy resistance. The communist bug maxers don't stand a chance. So we're on day 4 of the Roach.
So I guess the roaches are communists now.
Apocalypse. We're level 17 with a full set of power armor. This is pretty good, but we're only 1 week away from 1,000 roaches trying to rip us limb from limb.
Yikes.
So what's my next move? I ask myself this question, and I answer it intuitively. I need a flamethrower. Now there's probably a lot of ways to
burn it with fire, as they say.
Get one of these, but I like doing things the hard way. We're going to travel
across
the map to a place full of people who hate me, have several flamethrowers, and at least one of them wants to throw us in a giant pot of molten iron.
At least one.
I believe this will be a spiritually enriching experience, so I fast travel to a nearby farm.
Just make sure that when your arm is the last thing, you just give a thumbs up. At least it wasn't by the roaches.
Farm to begin the journey. I arrive at the farm just in time to spawn 16 roaches on the helpless inhabitants. This is what we call a happy accident. After cleaning up the roaches, I get back on the road toward the metalworks. Normal roads might have speed limits or a toll booth to slow you down. Fallout roads slow you down by forcing you to spend 20 minutes beating a scorpion to death with a tire iron. This is an element of the post-apocalypse that I find personally disagreeable. Anyway, after using the scorpion's liquefied remains to fill a pothole, I did some looting, found a sledgehammer, and then made my way to the Finch farm. Here we find Abraham Finch, who is terribly distraught because his son just ran off to join the raiders over at the metalworks. I look into his eyes and smile reassuringly. Don't worry, old man, I'm going there right now to kill everyone. Quest
including your son.
The Hat of Discipline. Do you live in a cave?
Quest accepted. I arrive at what I believe is the metalworks, but I wasn't 100% sure until I stumbled into a shed full of flamethrowers. Oh yeah, this is exactly where we want to be.
I was about to say, like, how are you unsure that it's the correct place?
What we have to do now is kill everyone inside, take their weapons, and then we'll be prepared for the next week of roaches. From the perspective of an invasion, my assault against the metalworks was an astonishing failure. But as a metaphysical exploration of the very concept of pain, mine, it was a remarkable success. You see, the problem is this little skull right here. This is the equivalent of the skull and crossbones you can find on a bottle of drain cleaner, meaning this is incredibly dangerous, and you'll probably die if you drink it. But that didn't stop me back then, and it won't stop me now. Eventually, after many landmines and countless sledgehammer homicides, we managed to fight
Bro, your armor's breaking.
our way into the metalworks. Our power armor, for lack of a better term, is absolutely fucked, but I didn't let that hold us back. In fact, I started role-playing as whatever the opposite of an occupational health and safety officer is, because I'm just running around beating people with a hammer. Wow, thank God this guy's wearing a hard hat. Otherwise, he could have got really hurt.
Do I? No. The helmet didn't do shit.
Decided to yes and my own roleplay by unlocking this robot and programming him to shoot people with railroad spikes. This is the kind of work environment I can endorse. Once everyone's dead, I raid the lunchroom and use a collection of coffee pots and dinner forks to repair my armor. Then we head into the last area to confront the final raiders. Arriving there, I find a raid boss named Slag, and also Abraham's son, Jake, who's having second thoughts about joining a gang of criminals that get impaled by railroad spikes for a living.
I was about to say, this is the point when you have second thoughts?
I had this whole plan about how I was going to convince Jake to leave the Raiders and return to his father. But before I could do any of that, I accidentally spawned 32 man-eating roaches, and things got a little messy. In fact, I'm pretty sure I beat Jake to death with a sledgehammer. After that, I minigun Slag's bodyguards and then spent 5 minutes determining how many concussions were required to liquefy this man's brain.
Bro! He is tanking those hits.
The answer was 47. Once
Damn, you really did count him.
Slag was dead, I looted his incendiary sword, grabbed some flamethrowers, and threw Jake's body into the pot of molten iron.
We'll just say that he wasn't easy to convince.
No witnesses?
Sorry, bud, but if your father was to find your pulverized corpse, that would implicate me in a murder which I did commit, but sincerely don't want to be punished for. After that, I leave the metalworks and go back to Abraham to receive 300 XP for, quote, trying to save his son. Now
I mean, to be fair, that's what I would be doing too. I'd be spinning that story to make it seem like I tried.
Got the armor, the weapons, and the indomitable spirit of a serial killer. Let's head back to the base and prepare for the next wave of roaches. We arrive at 7 a.m. The first thing I do is modify our flamethrower, swap it over to a napalm fuel tank, increase the capacity, and elongate the barrel. Much like a purebred dog, hundreds of years of inbreeding have resulted in the modern exterminator being reduced to a pale imitation of his forefathers. Pesticides and sticky traps. These are the weapons of a coward. But a napalm flamethrower and 5-ton military-grade exoskeleton, this is how bugs were meant to be killed.
I would certainly try to kill them that way. Keyword there being try, because knowing my luck, I would certainly fail somehow.
About 8 a.m., which gives us 4 hours to prepare our defenses for the wave of 64 roaches. We build a few generators, some fog lights, and a combat platform to await our destiny. Our destiny spawns gracefully on the bridge in front of us, and I waste no time incinerating it, stripping the flesh from its corpse, and—
Damn! Easy work! Light work, no reaction.
And cooking it into a delicious meal. Things are going to get pretty serious from this point, and we're still 15 levels away from being able to kill the Roach King.
All that and you only gained like, what, 4 levels?
So how are we going to close that gap? Well, there's 2 options. Option A, when we were at the—
Break thermodynamics or genocide. Why not both?
Option A, when we were at the metalworks, I picked up the schematics to build copper statues. These give a ton of experience and can easily power level us if we're willing to use an item duplication glitch to generate infinite copper.
Ah, the duplication glitches. Yay! We love doing those.
I tested this out on another save, and I can assure you, it works very well. However, I personally believe glitch—
It's like that freaking army of statues that are like kept underground or whatever. What are they called? Like the terracotta army? I can't remember, but like that's all I could think of when I see this, except this is like the most Americanized version of it.
And exploiting to be a shameful tactic devised by the British to undermine our moral integrity. So instead, we'll be doing option—
Wait a minute.
Hello there.
Bruh.
We'll be doing option B, which is waiting. In a few days, thousands of roaches—
Oh, so we're not gonna do the exploits? You really are someone who chooses the route of most resistance.
Roaches will try to eat us, but if we're strong enough, we'll eat them first, and we'll be rewarded with thousands of experience points. So we're going to fortify our defenses to stab, crush, shoot, and incinerate our way to level 35. But first, we'll need to scavenge some
truly brute forcing our way to victory.
Supplies, because this ain't gonna cut it. My primary goal is to construct a containment chamber, which will allow me to concentrate the roach population in one location.
That's actually a very good idea. As long as you can confine them to one space, at least then it would be much easier to take them out.
For a more convenient genocide, I feel compelled to explain that this is not an allegory for the Holocaust. Please stop reporting my video. It's nearly noon and the construction isn't complete, but luckily I don't think we'll need it yet. You see, when leveling up, I grab this perk right here. Pain Train is a power armor based ability.
Man, I wish I could utilize this more whenever I played it. But it's like I always wore power armor, but I never found myself in situations where I would realistically use Pain Train.
That allows you to turn your body itself into a weapon of destruction. By sprinting into our enemies, we can
What was
them.
that?
By sprinting into our enemies, we can damage them. Against a full-grown man, this is rather inconvenient. But against a roach, I suspect it will be lethal. Now it's time to find out. And remember, this...
You just ate that roach's health.
But against a roach, I suspect it will be lethal. Now it's time to find out. And remember, this upcoming insect genocide is sponsored by Sugar Bob's breakfast cereal. When you feel that...
Yo! This genocide is sponsored by this really bad cereal.
Crunch, you know it's gotta be Sugar Bombs. 12 p.m.
Dare I try to read all that? Oh my. I don't think this is gonna make it in the video, but let's read it. Legal disclaimer. Repeated ingestion of Sugar Bombs breakfast cereal may lead to the following symptoms. Mild dizziness. Severe dizziness. Oh boy. We're off to a great start. The sensation of spinning while stationary. Temporary invisibility. We're gonna have to see what the rest of it is before we start making some decisions that we might not be able to take back. Sudden loss of moral direction. Uncontrollable uncontrollable whispering of unfamiliar voices. Oh boy. Schizophrenia is showing up. Chronic existential dread. I feel like I have that even without the cereal. Mild to moderate time dilation. Involuntary tax evasion. Reverse aging only of your left foot. Irregular sleep patterns. Synchronized to lunar cycles. I feel like that was just a collection of words that just couldn't be registered. Sudden changes to birthday. Teeth humming in D minor. Hallucinations of insurance adjusters. Development of a cryptic prophecy regarding the fall of civilization. Gradual erosion of personal identity. I feel like that's also another thing that can happen even without the cereal. Perception of loved ones as strangers. Oh dear. It's like the Alzheimer's gonna kick in this time. Dreams replaced with static. Loss of emotional response to sunlight, laughter, or bird song. Sudden awareness of the precise moment you will die. Given the other symptoms, I don't know if I would even care at that point. Memories of a life you never lived, with regrets that are entirely your own. Bruh, that's actually mood though. A growing suspicion that free will was revoked without your knowledge. Knowledged? Why'd I add the... Anyways, that's just society though. An overwhelming understanding of your place in the cosmic order followed by disillusionment. And constipation. That's it? That's the last one?
12 p.m. sharp. 128 roaches spawn on the bridge in front of us.
Jesus. You see those two that just freaking shot up?
Spawn on the bridge in front of us, and we run straight through them like an NFL linebacker blitzing a group of preschoolers. This pushed us to level 21. The strategy...
Damn! No kidding, that was simple.
Is working. I did a few more flybys, and then Mercy killed the stragglers with an incredibly painful flaming sword. Just another day in the post-apocalypse.
Are they creatures that actually feel pain?
Day 13. This one snuck up on me. I was busy fighting the children of Adam over the contents of this passenger airplane when I lost track of time and accidentally spawned in 256 roaches, which proceeded to kick the ever-living shit out of me. This was terribly embarrassing. At first, I was killing the children of Adam because I hate them, but now I'm doing it so they can never tell anyone about what happened here. I did manage to survive this onslaught through the liberal and sustained application of copious amounts of napalm, but I'm this onslaught through the liberal and sustained application of copious amounts of napalm, but I'm getting low on fuel, and if we get caught out of our power armor on the next wave, it's not going to end well.
Bro got... No, there's no shot that he actually got launched by some roaches.
As I was sifting through this pile of burnt roaches, I came to a realization. That's a lot of dead bodies, and it's starting to affect my frame rate.
Starting?
This is a problem which is only going to get worse unless we find a solution, and thankfully I've got an idea. In Diamond City, there's a meat vendor that sells a wide variety of salmonella, but she also sells a book on butchery, specifically insect butchery. If we get that book, we can process these corpses, which will delete them and save our frame rate. So
wait, is that an actual thing? Is that legit?
fellas, we're going to Diamond City. Based on my previous videos, I have a questionable relationship with Diamond City, but
questionable is certainly right.
I am absolutely positive that nothing will go wrong this time.
I am inclined to not believe you.
So I began my journey there, and like all journeys in the post-apocalypse, it involved me using a flamethrower to kill a mosquito, using a cancer gun to fend off the homeless, and getting chased through the streets by...
What better way to keep the homeless away than a gun that gives people cancer?
Oh, that's real nice.
A suicide bomber. But by 5 a.m., I had successfully made it to the front gate, where I found Piper trying to enter.
You want into Diamond City, right?
Yes, I am a normal and well-adjusted man with a car chassis welded to my torso.
Ah, yes, the true makings of someone that is very normal.
What's that? You said you're a traitor up from Quincy?
No, I said I'm a psychopath who wants to wear your skin.
Huh?
Oh, so the mask off moment just happens immediately, huh?
Jeez, alright.
And just like that, we're in.
Yeah.
First thing first,
like, forget the mayor. I'm here to learn how to butcher bugs.
Go to the vendor and pick up the butchery skill book. At this point, I should leave. However, I get a bit distracted. Watch this guy get his head blown off. Then I tried to drag away his corpse to cannibalize it, but he
It's always cannibalism, bro.
got stuck on the wall of
If it's not femboys, it's cannibalism.
this barbershop, and I couldn't get him out. So I had to leave him there as their new mascot.
Yo, close shave guaranteed. Perfect advertisement.
Top, eh, fellas? By the time I was done dicking around, I realized it was already 10:30, which means I'm not going to be able to make it home before
Oh no.
the
Yeah.
next wave of roaches. So, Diamond City, I'm going to need...
Immediately you say nothing bad's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen this time in Diamond City. And what happens? You're about to put in this infestation onto the city.
Get that motherfucker.
need your help with just one last thing.
That shit was not my fault.
Oh my god, and they're irradiated too.
And just like that, the entire city was swarming with 512 killer roaches. The bugs enveloped the area like a skittering, crunchy blanket, and I did my best to clear them out, but even with all of the citizens helping, it still took the better part of the afternoon. Also, at some point, I think I accidentally shot someone in the face.
What do you mean by that?
Because the entire town became hostile.
Wait a minute, you call that accidentally?
I accidentally shot someone in the face because the entire town became hostile. You know the worst part? Killing them doesn't even give experience. It's just a waste of bullets. So I forced myself to punch half the city to death to conserve my ammo. Then I spent 20 minutes jumping around to kill...
I'm more surprised that you didn't die. Like, at this point.
Killing the last of the roaches before leaving the city under a healthy amount of incoming gunfire. Until next time, Diamond City, after our escape...
What? What happened?
Gunfire. Until next time, Diamond City. After our escape, we'll head back to the base, arriving at 8:30, which left me just enough time to finish the construction on my cockroach containment device. I call it the cock cage.
The
now-
what?
It's time to test it out. Wave 10 spawns in as a pyramid of roaches. I won't lie, I was scared, but I manned up and ran headfirst into this wall of flesh. My frame rate
In
grinds
first
to a
person,
halt as we liquefy hundreds of insects beneath the boots of our power armor.
God, you can see the frames.
In the mosh pit of mashed up insects, I can't even tell what's alive and what's dead. So I just keep stomping. Heading toward the exit, I was under the impression I'd killed them all. However, I was very wrong, because not long after, hundreds of roaches sprang forth from the biomass and pushed me back
Oh my god, it's the second wave.
through the hallway until I ran out of minigun ammo. Dear God, we're about to lose containment. I have to pull the emergency shutdown lever. I battle my way through 2 frames per second and flip the switch. This activates 4 emergency flamethrowers in the hallway, which prevent any more roaches from escaping. After that, I finish off the rest of the bugs with my sword as I realize what I've gotten myself into. I hate to say it, but the cock cage is getting a little cramped. The original plan was to fix this by butchering all the corpses.
I feel like by the time you even sort this out, it's gonna spawn the next wave.
But that made a lot more sense when it didn't take me 20 minutes just to select a single body. The good news is that wave power leveled us to 32. Only 3 more levels to go, and the Roach King will spawn, we'll kill him, and then I can shoot myself in the chest.
But I guess the thing is, do you even know where the Roach King is?
And die happily, knowing I'll never have to do this challenge again. The very bad news is that my computer won't be able to handle doubling the wave again. And I don't think you want to watch the rest of this video in 6 frames per second. So I have made a horrifying decision. Instead of spawning in the next wave of 2,000 roaches, we'll spawn in 500 Mega Death Roid roaches.
Oh, so we're going to reduce the number, but make the power equivalent to what would have been.
They have 8 times the attack, 8 times the health, triple speed, and they're fucking huge.
Oh my god, that's horrifying. Okay, you know what? Fair trade.
Oh, also, they possess godlike omniscience, which means they can detect me from an entire cell away. So
Wait, what?
hiding won't be an option. Now, unfortunately, our main base is ground zero of an FPS nuke, so we'll need to find a new extermination arena, and I've got one in mind. The Starlight Drive-in is a large area fielding several buildings for shelter, and also
yeah, no, that is actually perfect. It's like nice and open.
number of pre-war cars that can be exploded to deal massive damage to
Oh, and we're all too familiar about how those cars work, huh?
bugs. I think this is our best chance at survival, so I made my way to the drive-in and waited for the next wave. As I was lighting this car on fire, I felt a familiar feeling. The feeling of my frame rate being crucified as 500 Anavar infused rad roaches spawn into
Oh boy, here we go.
Luckily, I spawned them on top of this car right as it exploded, and it barely even made a dent.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, they some tough ones, huh?
The roaches chased me across the drive-in as I bathed them in Molotov cocktails to very limited success. I try to smash my way through their hordes, but they're quickly ripping apart my power armor. Desperately, I seek refuge in the projection tower. Locking myself inside, I think I'm finally safe, only to find out the roaches are crawling through the windows and hitting me through the walls. This is hell.
Bro!
Climb 3 floors higher to get out of their reach, but they're literally scaling the side of the building to get to me. This wasn't so much
This is like a freaking like World War Z pileup, bro.
a difficulty spike as it was a difficulty gangbang with a 99% fatality rate. And as much as I'd love to have my body dumped in the Everglades, I can't let the roaches have that satisfaction. Alright, we need to get even higher. Over there, we can climb the projection screen. I pull out a combat shotgun
Oh, but you gotta get there first. That's the first
and
problem.
make a mad dash for the screen. The roaches are not far behind. I rush inside.
Yeah, not far. They are injected with adrenaline. Like Left 4 Dead 2 type adrenaline.
Grabbing heroin, adrenaline.
And slam the door shut. Thank God, we're finally safe. Looking down at the roaches, I think I'll have a nice relaxing afternoon picking them off with a hunting rifle, when suddenly we're knocked off the screen by a climbing roach. And just like that, the horde is upon us.
Yes, the Left 4 Dead reference.
We're encased in killer bugs, and it is immensely painful. If you've ever been curious what it would feel like to be ripped apart by 1,000 grappling hooks, then you should probably talk to a psychiatrist. But I imagine it feels something like this. The only thing keeping us alive at this point is my supernatural ability to consume my entire body weight in grilled rad roach every second.
No, wait, what the hell is that? Is that an NPC stream?
To consume my entire body weight in grilled rad roach every second. It's time to resort to plan B. You see, I spent 2 hours this morning placing landmines in a nearby field. And like it or not, running through an unmarked minefield currently represents our best chance at survival.
Unmarked? That means you could possibly fall victim to your own trap.
So I forced my way through the dog pile and led the bugs into our trap. The roaches stormed the field and were lit up by about 3 dozen anti-personnel mines. This managed to thin their numbers down to about 100 at the cost of
yeah. That's real helpful.
Accidentally breaking both of our legs. After this mildly
as I expected, you are going to become a casualty at this rate.
traumatic event, I briefly sought refuge inside a boxcar, and I also tried a watchtower. Both of them terrible choices. It wasn't until we made it to this storage shed that we finally had some semblance of safety. In case you're wondering, it's 5:30. We spent 5.5 in-game hours pissing our pants and getting curb stomped by roaches. But now we've got the upper hand. I spent the next 6 hours exercising my Second Amendment rights until the number of bugs was sufficiently low for me to meet them in the field for melee combat. By
That's still a lot.
11 p.m., it's finally over, and we're level 37. Finally, we can confront the King Roach and finish this. But first, we're going to need one thing. After repairing our armor, I head to the robotics disposal site, where hidden among the burnt-out cars, we find this. A Fat Man mini nuke launcher.
Oh boy, it's almost as if like every single Fallout video that's happened prior to this, it's almost like a setup for this one video here.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
And over at the satellite station,
The cars, the nukes.
exactly one mini nuke. This should be more than enough.
Are we sure about that?
Let's go introduce the Roach King to the concept of dying in nuclear Armageddon. I've never actually met him before, but apparently he's somewhere near the Corvega factory, so we head in that direction. After some traveling, we arrive there, but the only person I can find is clearly not a fan of the channel.
Yo, you just got clobbered, bro.
But the only person I can find is clearly not a fan of the channel. Briefly running for my life leads me to a bombed-out ruin, which was strangely populated by rad roaches. And then I see him, Reggie, the leader of the roaches. He's fielding pretty nice armor and a fucking minigun. But after what we just survived, this should be a piece of cake.
Are we sure about that?
We've only got one ammo, so I take my time lining up the perfect shot, before remembering I'm firing a nuclear missile. So as long as I hit the building, we'll be fine. Enter VATS, 9% chance to hit.
You're either gonna hit the wall or you're gonna miss.
No problem. I send it. And then, tragedy strikes. As the mini nuke flies through the air, Wave 12 spawns in.
No! No way!
Entire goddamn wall of 1,000 mega roaches. Dear God, they've absorbed the nuke. It feels as if the gods themselves are mocking us.
Oh my god, no! That's so perfect! That's perfect misfortune right there.
Laughing in our face. But that's just my idiot savant perk triggering 500 times in a row. How humbling. The surviving roaches quickly swarm us as I power level into the mid-40s.
No way, bro.
To finish off Plataria, but he escapes out the window as his bugs delay me on the stairs. I follow him outside and get a few good hits off before his roaches throw me 30 feet across the field like some kind of arthropod tidal wave. Every time I close the distance on him, the bugs launch me across the parking lot, but he's running out of bugs. Roach King makes the mistake of stepping out of position, and we charge straight into him, landing the finishing blow with our sword to finally put an end to his reign of tyranny. We finish off the remaining roaches, exit the power armor, and inspect his charred corpse.
Oh god damn, that is really charred.
On it, we find the junky shish kebab, which is the exact same weapon I've been using this whole time, except this one does more damage if you're addicted to heroin. Honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better weapon. Well, there you have it. He's dead.
Homeless man slain.
Forever. However, without their master's command, the insect scourge will become an even greater threat to this world. Control must be maintained. Like it or not, there must always be a Roach King.
Bruh.
That's going to be it for this video. We've utilized a wide array
What a cinematic ending there, huh?
of extermination techniques and our own brain damage to power level to 35 and end the insect apocalypse. I want to thank this month's patrons for supporting the channel, and finally, thank you for watching.
Yay! Bro! That was a massive departure from what I was expecting, like, at all. And you know what? I can appreciate that. Cause, like, so far, like, cause his prior Fallout videos kind of hinged on him kind of, like, completing, like, something relating to, like, the actual, like, main game story. Like, I would say base game, but I guess Nuka World is technically DLC, but still, like, without the mods, without the modifications, like, the goal was pretty mundane. The goal was kind of stuck to what you could do in, like, what the game normally provides. But at least in this one, it's a little different because, like, this time it's a self-imposed goal that you kind of created yourself. I can appreciate that. But yeah, no. The roaches spawning so much to the point where it was just absolutely chugging the frames was not only expected, but I would probably say that it went even better than I expected. Because it's like, oh, you see a bunch of corpses. Oh, you think it's over? Nah. That's not including the ones that are coming out, revealing themselves amidst the swarm of dead bodies. Ah, man. That was just fun. That was just a fun little video. Oh, man. So, yeah. I have finally finished the Fallout series of videos, or at least finished it up to this point. If there are more, I will certainly be on the watch to check them out whenever they come out. But good video, Reggie. Very, very fun. Very fun video. Anyways, with that being said, I will see you in the next video, whenever that is. But until then, bye-bye.